and welcome to today's video. Now today we're going to be making some Sicilian roast chicken. Now this is the second recipe in the Simply Cook subscription box, which I reviewed in a video a few weeks ago. If you've not seen that yet, I'll put a link in the description and at the end of the video as well. And also in that video we did the first recipe, which was for this, the Italian beef ragu. So basically you go online and you choose 4 recipes. You can trial it for £1 and then it's about $9.99 after that. I did a detailed review in that video. Like I said, I'll put a link at the end of the video if you want to check it out. Honest review is not, wasn't sponsored or anything, so it's my opinion of what I think of it. And I'm going to do the other 3 recipes, one today and there'll be another 2 in the future videos. Now, let's say this one is a Sicilian roast chicken. So it gives you on the front, obviously the picture, and a few things about the dish, like the fact that it's gluten-free, how many it serves, and the cooking time. And on the back you've got your recipe, and you've also got some tips, and also obviously the ingredients list, and a tail strip that you can take to the shop. So you just buy basically the ingredients such as the chicken and the vegetables, and you get these pots in each one for each recipe. So for the one we're doing today, we have a lemon and herb rub, we have a smoky mash mix, we also have a Mediterranean spice mix. So we're going to follow the recipe, and at the end of it we'll have some nice Sicilian roast chicken. So let's do the first stage. So we need to preheat our oven to 200 degrees Celsius, which is the equivalent of 180 degrees Celsius fan, or gas mark 6. And then we need to take our first pot from here, which is the lemon and herb rub. And then we're going to rub that into, I've got 2 chicken breasts here. And it says a little tip, let the marinade soak in for 2 minutes to ensure a nice glaze. And it says you can use chicken legs and cook them for 40 minutes instead of 20 like we're going to do with the chicken breasts. Okay, so we're just going to put the chicken breasts, we've got the chicken breasts on the plate, and then we're going to rub in the lemon and herb rub. You can smell the lemon and smell plenty of herbs, and they're very aromatic. Now let's just give these a rub in, and then as the recipe suggests, we leave it for a couple of minutes. I'll do that on both, and then we'll turn it over and do it on the other side. Like I say, the recipe's laid out nice and easy for you, so, and it's worth giving it a go. You know, for £1 you can't really go wrong there, and we just got to remember to cancel it afterwards, if you don't want to carry on with it. Smell all those herbs and that lemon. And turn it over. Just make sure it's all nicely covered and evenly distributed. Okay, and then just do the other one. And then we're going to leave that for 2 minutes, and that will nicely penetrate into the chicken. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands. So then the next stage is to boil 2 potatoes in salted water. This is for the mash. I've just cut them into chunks. So we're going to get them on the go. So we will let the chicken marinate for 2 minutes. I'll put it in an oven-proof dish. We're going to put that in the oven. And they'll go in there for about 20 minutes. Okay, so the next bit to do, we've got the potatoes on, like I say, and We're going to cook them to they're tender. We're now going to use the next pot, which is the Mediterranean spice mix, and we're going to mix it in with 2 tablespoons of olive oil, which I've got in there. See, that's the mix. It's got an aroma of a nice mix of different herbs and spices in there. So we're going to add that to the oil, and we're just going to give that a mix. Let's just give that a mix round so it's all combined. So we're just making a paste basically. There we go, I think that's about right. And then it says on the recipe, after we've done that, while the chicken and potatoes cook, move on to the next step, just to fry the onions, which are going to be added to the mash. So, let's get our saucepan on. We've got a bit of oil in here. And instead of white onion, we're using 1 red onion. Just going to let that oil heat up, and then we're going to add the onion, and we're going to fry that for about 6 to 8 minutes over a medium heat until it's golden. So 1 red onion just chopped up. We're going to let that cook for about 6 to 8 minutes. And then we will be ready to add the smoky mash mix once these onions are done. So I've been sweating the onions down for about 6 to 8 minutes. They get a nice golden colour now. We're going to add our first pot now, which is the smoky mash mix. So we're going to turn down the heat. I'm going to add that and just stir for about 2 minutes, and that goes. And this is going to add extra flavours to the mash. Give that a good stir. And then the next stage after that will be to tip it out into a bowl, and then we're going to wipe the frying pan because we're going to be using it again afterwards. Just needs about another minute. Let's get all those flavours combined. So let me know in the comments if you've tried the Simply Cook subscription box, what you think of it, what recipes you've tried. Have you tried any of the ones I've done? And have you made any additions to them? Have you changed it in any way? Because that's what cooking is all about, taking a basic recipe and adding flavours and things that you like, or your friends, family, whoever you're cooking for, what you like. So that's nearly there, I would say. And then what we'll do is we will transfer that to our bowl and leave that to one side for when the mash is ready. It's a shame there's no smelly vision because you can smell all those lovely aromas coming out from the spice mix. I'm going to transfer that into our bowl. And then leave that to one side. So then we will move on to the next one, which would be to mash the potatoes with some butter. They just need a few more minutes, so we're just going to give them a few more minutes, and then that'll be the next stage, to mash them with some butter. And then we mix in the spiced onion mix, which we've just done. And I think the chicken's got about another 8 or 9 minutes to go, and we'll keep an eye on that as well. So the potatoes are now done. We're going to add some butter, and of course with mash, you add how much butter depending on how buttery you like it. Obviously we're going to add the onion mix in a minute as well. Give that a good mash. And then once that's all mashed together, we'll add in the onion and spice mix. And I must just point out, on these boxes, it does show you on the back the ingredients, so if you want to know what each pot contains. So for example, the lemon and herb rub has oregano in it, rosemary, parsley, thyme, dried onion, lemon juice powder, and then the smoky mash mix has oregano as well. It's got ground cumin in it, it's got white pepper, roasted ground cumin, rapeseed oil, and the Mediterranean spice mix has paprika in it, onion powder, garlic powder, so it tells you all the ingredients. So then, when that's all nicely combined with the butter, we're going to add in our onions and our spice mix. Get that nicely combined in there. And then we're going to set that to one side and move on to the next stage. Get that all incorporated. Just going to use a spoon to mix that in. Okay, that's nicely mixed together. Let's leave that to one side. Okay, so and now the next stage. We now need to move on to our lettuce. It's got some little gem lettuce, which we're going to lightly fry. So over a medium heat, we're just going to heat a little oil, and then when it's hot enough, we will put our lettuce in. I've now taken the chicken out because that's had its time, and I'm just going to let it rest for a bit there while we do the lettuce. So we're just going to lay that in the oil. And they've just been cut into quarters, and we just want to do 2 minutes on each side. And then once that's done, we'll be ready to put the dish together. So we've just grilled the lettuce on both sides for a few minutes, and it's got a nice charred colour now. So we're now going to plate the dish up. I'm going to take one of our chicken breasts, slice it through, nicely done inside. You can smell the lemon and the herbs on it. And then we're going to put some of our mash on. Now we're going to add some of our grilled lettuce on the side. The last thing to do is just to add some of our Mediterranean spice mix over the top. Just drizzle that over. And of course this recipe it's for 2 people, but of course you could adjust it for more people. And that's the finished dish. So easy to follow. Like I say, if you tried Simply Cook, let me know. If you haven't, it's worth giving a go for the trial period of £1. And then it's $9.99 after that. Like I say, I'll put a link in the description if you want to check out my review and the previous recipe that I did. Okay, so let's give the finished dish a try. Get a bit of chicken and a bit of mash. I must say it smells very, very nice. You get the hit of the lemon and the herbs. I'm not someone that likes anything too spicy, but that's just right, to be honest. And the flavours come through across the potatoes and the chicken very nicely. So, like I say, these recipe cards are easy to follow. So, like I say, it's worth giving it a go and see if it's something that you would benefit you. It depends where you are on your cooking journey. If you find that these recipe cards will help you, and having the spice mixes, it means you haven't got to prepare them. That's a good way of looking at it. You then just do the pots and put them in. You haven't got to grind the spices up or pull the herbs together. So have a go, and I say I'll put a link at the end of this video so you can check out my review if you want to. And thank you very much for watching. And if you found the video informative and interesting, then please do give it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't done so already for more recipes, as well as other content that I do on my channel. And of course, there's another 2 recipes to do yet, and look out for them in future videos, so ring that bell so you get notified for when I upload them, as well as other content as well. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.